So, it's time for our collection updates. First up is what's on our pull list.
Alright, so, Christian, you picked up Ant-Man number 12, right?
Yeah, I picked up Ant-Man number 12. Ant-Man's been pretty good thus far.
It's written by Nick Spencer and art by Brent Schoonover, and Ramon Rosanas.
I like Ant-Man. This new title is really cool. It's called The Trial of Ant-Man. He's back on trial. It's really interesting. I think this new Ant-Man line is really putting more depth to the Scott Lang character. I enjoy it. It's one of the few Marvel lines I'm picking up that I really, really love. The ending is cool because we get an introduction to a character we've had before, and I'm really excited to see where it goes. I think the next issue will probably be highlighting it because I'm really excited. The art's awesome, the story's awesome, the characters are awesome. I really enjoy it. I think it's a lot of fun. It has its flaws, but I love Ant-Man. I mean, I've loved Ant-Man for years, and I'm happy to see, okay, this line's pretty good. This is cool.
Yeah, alright, man. Aquaman number 7 came out. It's written by Dan Abnett and art by Scott Eaton. I was kind of surprised that Brad Walker wasn't doing the art on this one.
A little, it was kind of telling. You could see it wasn't. It
wasn't bad art though. The cover was a little wonky. Mira's arm looked a little thick.
It just kind of came out of nowhere for me. I'm like, okay. Whoa, what was going on with this comic?
It was fine. It was a nice
slow issue, and I like that.
A lot of the DC ones are just taking you from one story arc to the next, which is fine because we had a lot of stuff go down last week and the week before.
Yeah.
And so this is a nice transition issue.
You can tell that the whole issue with Aquaman right now is bigger than we expected. They took an issue to really build the next part of it.
Yes.
There's a lot of really cute relationship stuff. There's a lot of cute intrigue. We got a lot of information about Atlantis' politics and how they work in general, which is cool. I was really into it, man.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is awesome.
I didn't think Atlantean politics would be as interesting as they are.
Same here, man. Same here.
But yeah, no, I'm really exciting. I'm exciting, yes.
You are excited.
I'm excited to see where this line goes. I like all the stuff that they're doing, and I like Aquaman.
Yeah, it's good.
I'm exciting. I'm exciting too. Next up is Batman number 7, written by Tom King and Steve Orlando. They kind of collaborated on the plot, and Steve Orlando wrote
because it's Monster Men.
Plot. Yeah, it's the first part of Night of the Monster Men, and it's the art is by Riley Rosmo.
I like the comic. I like the comic as a whole.
It's fine. It's just...
from beginning to end. I think it's good. I think it's interesting. There's a glaring issue. Like we said, people, when it comes to spoilers in the comic, it's the week after. You had your time to get it. There's almost no discussion on Tim Drake dying. Now, he's not technically dead, but they all think he's dead.
I mean, there's acknowledgement of it, but it's
very kind of crude and kind of cold in a lot of ways.
A little bit, yeah. And I kind of get it because they have to take care of this problem. There's a hurricane coming in through Gotham, and their main priority right now is making sure that people are evacuated. And I kind of get that. Batman would do that. He's like, all right, well, let me set aside my personal feelings and take care of the people first.
Well, his personal feelings are still there because he's not letting anybody
take I'm not saying that he wouldn't throw them aside.
He's not letting any of his partners take... What's it called?
Precedence?
Chances.
Oh.
They all are very safe. He's the one who's risking his life, which is fine. I feel this issue... Monster Men didn't need to start this week. We needed an issue about focusing on the downfall of Tim Drake passing away, and I think we needed
a little breather issue.
An emotional one. We really needed that.
Yeah.
It's not a bad issue.
It's not...
Batman's still a good line. Monster Men's cool.
I love the art, though.
Oh, yeah, the art's great. It's weird, it's cool, I'm kind of excited to see where it goes from here, but it didn't need to start. They could have just started in Nightwing, honestly.
And it's a little too early for a crossover.
It is, but if you look at it through... It's issue 7.
It makes sense within the context of the story to have it now, and have the 3 titles tie into it, but
it's a little early.
Until issue 12 or something.
I agree with you there.
Just to let us cool down a little bit. We're still reforming this universe. Green Arrow number 7, written by Ben Percy and art by Stephen Byrne. I didn't pick this one up.
Great comic. The Green Arrow line, I'll keep saying, is one of the best things we're getting out from DC right now. It captures what the show did right about Green Arrow, the little things that I've enjoyed with the show, while also keeping the character... the same. It's the same character. It's back that kind of funny, jovial, sarcastic Green Arrow.
Oh, I love sarcastic.
So good.
I love Ollie when he's a sarcastic.
They've introduced a few new characters. All of them are awesome. It's an awesome story, an awesome line.
Is Diggle still there? Is
yes.
he still around?
Diggle wasn't in the comics, I believe, originally.
Well, no, not originally, but they introduced him
Diggle's
in Diggle's
still there, and he's cool, man. He's a cool guy.
Like, of all
he's a cool guy.
As much as I don't like the Arrow TV show, I always love Diggle.
Yeah, and I think he fits in this. How they bring him back in is really cool. The story's really good. This particular issue was awesome, and I'm really happy for it. I'm really excited to see where it goes from here. It was more about Oliver's sister. It's really about Oliver's sister to grow that character more, and she is such a cool character. She is so cool. I love her. I love her so much. I'm so excited to see more of her.
Green Lanterns #7, written by Sam Humphries and art by Jackson Herbert. This is comics shouldn't make a grown man cry, man.
That's really cute. This guy, she was really cute.
It shouldn't make a grown man cry.
Shouldn't make a grown man cry.
It's paper and staples.
This isn't the last issue. We're going to talk about made us cry a little bit, but it definitely made us cry. It made me tear up. It was really cute.
It hit the right beats,
yeah.
man.
Sorry about that.
Everything about it. Harley Quinn #4, written by Amanda Connor and art by Joseph Michael Linzer.
Much better. Much better from the last Harley Quinn comic. I really enjoy it. I think it's really good. There's a bit in the end that kind of gets me. I'm like, ooh, uh-oh. I don't think they're really going to touch on it much, but she kills people. I'm not saying who, but she kills people, and I'm like, and it's not one of those, like, shoot, oh no, they died. It's one of those, you cut his throat. Oh, wow, that's dark. But it's good. It was funny, it was fun, it was entertaining. It was a short, kind of one-shot story. I like this. This was really fun.
Justice League #5. It wrapped up the what was it, the something machine.
I don't know.
Whatever. Written by Brian Hitch and art by Tony S. Daniel. The art is really good, but that's Tony S. Daniel. He always does a phenomenal job.
Mediocre end to a mediocre story.
I don't know if I like Brian Hitch or not. His JLA run, his Justice League of America run, started out promising and then went nowhere for 7 issues.
I agree.
They canceled it. They started it back up again to release the rest of his story, and I just didn't care anymore. And it's the same thing with, like, it's fine.
It literally just ends. It just kind of ends.
His characterizations are fine. That's not the thing that I have a problem with.
He nails his characters.
It's the plot and the structure of the plot that is just, what are you doing, man? Like,
the last panel
talented. You're talented. I'm not saying that you're not. Just you need to work on your pacing and your story structure.
Your story in general, because this is really, it was a cool concept. That just didn't go.
I'm not normally one for stretching out stories. I think if you can tell it in the most concise manner possible, do it, because you don't want like large, overdrawn stories like Superman Doomed. That was like 7 issues too long.
Yeah, we could use some more explanation for this, though.
But this one needed at least 2 more issues to fully develop the ideas that he was going for.
Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly. The one thing I took out of this comic was the last panel. The image was
beautiful,
gorgeous,
beautiful,
absolutely gorgeous.
I want it framed.
I kind of do too. It was
gorgeous,
very pretty, and I was very happy with it.
But that's Tony S. Daniel for you.
Yes, it is.
Next up is Lucifer #10. It's written by Holly Black and art by Lee Garbett. How is that? I don't read Lucifer.
I love this comic. I think it's so cool. I don't know why I think it's so cool. It's just so cool. It's really interesting. I didn't highlight it because I could sit here all day kind of just talking about how cool looking it is and how cool the story is, but honestly, this line's just cool, man. It's just, you're running around reading about Lucifer, just doing his thing, occasionally saving the universe. He's not king of hell anymore. He's retired from that. He doesn't want to deal with that anymore. I'm like, that's so cool. It's a cool issue, man. It looks cool. It reads cool. I'm like, this is awesome.
You shouldn't be reading them Satan books, Sonny.
There's, my poor grandpa, he's reading this comic about Lucifer.
Satan, get behind me!
Satan, get behind me! But it's really cool. I have fun with it. I enjoy it. I enjoy it issue to issue. It's just a fun line. I really like it.
Next up is Nightwing #5, written by Tim Seeley, and Steve Orlando. Same team, pretty much. Well, Orlando,
Tim
really.
Seeley is the writer of Nightwing.
And art by Antonia. Roge.
I don't know, but he has some pretty good art.
He does have really good art. Now, it took me a little bit to get through this issue, but that's because I was working at the desk for work, and people were talking to me.
Yeah, I hear you.
It's fine.
I just kind of took my time with it, honestly. Yeah. I really liked it. I thought it was a lot of fun.
I've been loving the Nightwing book, though.
Yeah, like I said, the Nightwing story was really cool. The ending was to be desired, personally.
Yeah.
Issue 2 is the second issue of Night of the Monster Men, and I like this one better, actually. I think
it flows better.
I think Seeley is the difference here, because I like King, but you can kind of feel that King's working with somebody, and where King tells a really original story, an interesting story, you can kind of feel like there's two ideas here, and King wants to do his thing, but Orlando kind of wants to do his thing.
Yeah.
It doesn't conflict. It flows. It just, you can kind of tell the difference.
You can tell that they're writing
Seeley, I think Seeley's just kind of letting Orlando take the reins and just working on characters, which is good, because Seeley's good with these characters. His personification of Nightwing is perfect for me.
I'm just Nightwinging it.
Yeah, he's Nightwing. I like it. I think it's a cool line, man. I think it's a lot of fun. I think it's very interesting. I think it's very fun. I think this is the better issue of the Monster Men. I like this one better. I think just because the first issue is more the introduction, the second issue is more payoff.
Yeah, hopefully it's all uphill from here. Yeah. Just nothing but phenomenal.
Wasn't this the one where we got the image of Doctor Strange, like, just work it out?
Yes. I'm like, oh, okay. Okay, Dr. Hugo Strange, buddy, you're getting buffed there.
Yeah, I thought that was awesome, man.
So next up, we're going to do the highlights. So we got Archie number 12, and it's written by Mark Waid and art by Ryan Gampo and Thomas Patilli. Now, this is a book that I read, and I am a sucker for slice-of-life stuff.
Dropping all my comics, no!
I'm a sucker. I'm a sucker for that kind of stuff, because sometimes you just need a break from the superhero shtick.
This recent line, you were talking it up so much that I'm like, I might just borrow your Archie comics and read it myself and start picking up the line, because honestly, it sounds cool. I like Archie as a kid. I grew out of it, but this one sounds really good. I'm like, I might get back into Archie again. I wouldn't mind.
It's really good, and it's leagues and leagues better than the Jughead title, and from the first issue I can probably tell
Jughead
that Betty
title
and Veronica.
Awful.
Because it's got Chip Zdarsky or something on it, right?
Guy named Squirrel Girl.
And it's got the artist from Squirrel Girl. I can't stand the art on Squirrel Girl.
No, it's awful. It looks terrible.
With a burning passion.
But then again, I just hate Squirrel Girl as a character. I think she's really boring.
But this comic is awesome.
It's cool.
I'm not going to spoil much, but the one thing I am going to spoil, and it's not even that much of a spoiler, they managed to get a car chase in Archie.
That's
and
awesome.
Made it work.
What?
They made it work. It's a race against the clock, and I'm like, how do you pack suspense in an Archie comic? This is a kid that's having trouble with high school life. His buddy is just eating burgers all the time, and he's trying to choose between which girl he likes more. Where's the room for the suspense and car chases, man? But Mark Waid does it. Mark Waid manages to fit it in there, and it's natural. And everything in this line has been outstanding and relatable, and it's like, yeah, I kind of went through something like that in high school.
That does sound really cool.
But Mark Waid is just such a talented guy, man, and if you're not picking this line up, you really should.
Yeah.
The first volume is out now. It contains at least the first 7 issues. I highly recommend it. I cannot recommend it highly enough, even. I've just been having a blast. It's one of my favorite non-Superman comics that I read.
Like I said, he's convinced me to get it, because it does sound pretty great.
And the art is phenomenal. It's Archie for the 21st century.
Yeah.
And not like we're looking at the numbers, Archie. It's like, let's be true to the character, but still update him where he's not, golly gee, Mr.
Let's tell a story that high school kids will relate to and college kids will relate to as being high schoolers.
Yes. Yeah, it's like, it's not, golly gee, Pop.
Yeah.
Betty dumped me the other day. It's actual real-world problems. It's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Next up is Cyborg number 1. You picked this one up.
Oh my god, this issue is awesome! Oh, it's so good!
And it's written by John Semper Jr. and art by Will Conrad. Oh, thank you, buddy.
Yeah. Oh, man. Oh, this issue made me cry. And it made me cry in all the good ways. So, this issue really focuses on the idea that Cyborg, at the Rebirth issue, he had the question of, do I have a soul? Am I a man kept alive by a machine, or a machine mimicking the man I used to be? We've had this question before with Cyborg, but it really nailed in the coffin when he realizes that his father has the same question. Now, his father doesn't know, no one knows that he heard that. It's this recording that he got in his vault. But he comes to realize that there's a good possibility that he doesn't have a soul, that he's not actually Victor Stone. He's in fact he's just a cyborg meant to emulate Victor Stone, which really messes him up and really confuses him. It's emotionally traumatic for him. It's really, really fascinating. And it's not necessarily a spoiler because there's nothing really spoiling except for the ending of this book where a character comes in I haven't seen in a long time. It's a redesign that looks awesome. I'm really excited to see where it goes from here. But he figures out that he's real through soul, through jazz music. And there's just this conversation with this blind guy, and they get this conversation is beautiful. And he realizes that he has a soul because he feels something when he hears jazz music, but not just played, but played live where things are different. And that's what it is. He's like, I can listen to all this music whenever I want. I have it all recorded in my head whenever I want to listen to it. But it's stressed that, live music is different from the album. And if the differences in live music make it so great, make it so interesting, especially for jazz and soul music.
Oh, yeah.
The differences in live music really make that music. You cannot appreciate a jazz band or a soul artist unless you see them live.
Because you can't replicate that on the record.
Oh, yeah. And it's just... he realizes that he feels something from it. He got a feeling from it. And he was able to, through that, getting the feeling from the randomness, he was able to realize, I do have a soul, because this is the most human thing right here. This is the most human thing that could be. And since I feel something from that, since this gives me a feeling that I haven't felt before, I have to be human. And it's awesome. It's so emotionally satisfying, and it makes you cry a little bit. You feel so good at the end, and then cool stuff happens at the end. You're like, oh, the next issue's gonna be awesome. This is a good story, man. I'm so happy Cyborg's got a good line. I liked the last one. I felt it got a little slow, but this line is awesome. I'm so pumped for it. I'm like, finally, Cyborg has a line that I can honestly see keep running.
Next up is Raven #1. It's part of a 6-issue miniseries, and it's written by Marv Wolfman and artist by Alison Borges. This is awesome.
Let me get that issue up. Sorry about that.
It's really good. Now, I had been meaning to...
let me out here.
Oh, sorry, buddy. I've been meaning to tell Marv that the book is really good. I'm friends with him on Facebook, and he's been asking for feedback on the book, and it's so good.
If I have one criticism to him, it's that this book is not supposed to tie into the Rebirth universe.
Well...
But it totally does.
Well, it's been very unclear because we've heard from DC, oh yeah, no, it's its own thing, it's set in its own timeline.
But the story...
it references Tim being dead.
Yeah, and it references the Titans being broken up.
Yeah, and then I had heard somewhere else that it takes place between the last issue of New 52 Teen Titans and the first issue of something else, Probably, it takes place after that
probably
last
that
issue.
Time period between Titans and the New Titans.
Yeah, I think that's what it might have been.
Because, dude, this comic's great.
It's good. It's really good.
I hope this spawns a Raven standalone title. I really when I first heard about this, I thought we were getting a Raven standalone title. I'm like, oh, awesome! But then we didn't. It's a 6-part story, but it's fine.
That's fine for me.
I love this character. And this comic is awesome. It hits every string I want. Like, this is cool, this is interesting, this is fun. Let's do it. Let's do this, guys.
My favorite was the kid is like, hey, my name's Dude. Yeah, that's my real name. Parents were hippies.
His name is actually literally Dude.
I'm like, you're my favorite. You acknowledge your parents were weird in the 60s.
But what I like really cool about it, it's Raven in high school, but it doesn't read like a high school rom-com.
It's not somebody trying to...
Her powers actually make it really difficult because she's an empath.
Yeah.
And the emotions that she feels people feel around her affect her and people around. Like, when she feels something strong enough, people around her feel it. People around her have particular emotion, it affects her. And it's really interesting to see in people in high school where everyone's very emotionally invested. I think she pukes because it was so much for her. Mm-hmm. Or no, she pukes because someone was tapping into her. But she mentions it. It's a lot for her. Yeah. And she has to really hold in how she's feeling because all the people are picking it up because they're so young. And I'm like, that's cool, man.
And it's not written like somebody that thinks they're in touch with the cool kids scene, like the way that Neil Adams did in that Superman miniseries, where he's like, oh yeah, you're using your InstaSnap or your Chatgram or whatever from like old people
there's
talking.
There's an Uber reference there. They can't say Uber because of product placement, but it's fine. It's fine. It actually makes sense. It makes sense why it's there.
It's not even something that's like, oh yeah, look, we're hip and cool.
It's like, no, this person needs an Uber. That makes tons of sense to me.
More or less reads like it could be read at any year. Really.
I adore.
Which is great.
I adore this comic. I'm just happy to see Raven getting online. If you love Raven's character, I'm definitely telling you to pick it up. It's going to be something great, yeah.
Look at that art, man. That's beautiful.
Yeah. For those of you listening on audio, there is just Raven holding this kind of book that says Sins of the Father, and it's just very, very pretty. It's got these really cool blues to it and a little white on it. I would say look it up. It's be hard to describe through voice. It's really pretty. The color really meshes well, and it's just pretty looking. It's a pretty looking comic.
Next up is Superman number 7, written by Peter J. Tomasi and art by George Jimenez. Oh my god, this was a great issue. It's a nice little breather issue
so cute,
from
man.
the whole.
It's so cute.
It's a nice breather issue from the Eradicator story.
Yeah, definitely.
It's got a lot of great father-son moments.
Oh yeah, I completely agree. Oh man, it's so cute. It's just so cute.
I love the first page, man. That first page where he's just in space flying.
I'm like, there's parts of this issue where I'm just laughing, and I'm laughing so hard, tears are coming out. I'm tearing up because I'm laughing so hard.
They feel like an actual family.
I'm just having fun. This is a fun issue.
They feel like an actual family, and that's what I dig about this.
I was so into this the whole time, beginning to end. Like, even Batman Superman's helping with people, goes to help out Batman with people. He's like, I didn't call for you. Or just like, everyone said thank you, but you had to be the ass, don't you? You had to be the guy to be a jerk about it.
There's not really a lot to this issue, but it doesn't need to be anything more than it is. It knows what it is, and it does it well.
I really want to highlight it because this is a good example that you can have a single issue
where nothing happens.
Nothing happens. It just builds character, and it's good. It's fun. It's funny. You don't need to be story arc to story arc to story arc. You can just have a
breather issue,
chill issue, and that's what's needed between story arc to story arc.
That's what I've missed. I've missed just the breather issues.
I missed the breather issues as well. I hope Batman gets one soon.
But meaningful breather issues.
Yeah, we need it.
Next up is Trinity number 1. This is a book I've been looking forward to for a very long time.
The second they announced it, me and you were just like, oh finally.
Yes. Written and drawn by Francis Manapul. I liked it a lot.
The only thing that I had a criticism about is that the art is very different. Not in a bad way, but not, I want to say
it was a little weird, yeah.
It's like,
but not
I've never
bad
seen
weird.
it like this. It's not bad. I'm going to get used to this. I'm going to adjust to this style. It's not really complaint. It's like, it might throw you off at first. These characters being drawn a little differently. Not like horribly differently, but just a little differently. It might throw you off a bit. Other than that, this is a great issue.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I'm looking forward to seeing where it goes.
We're bringing it up because it's the first train line in a long time.
We haven't had one since what? The 52 miniseries? Maxi series? The one
and
that
even
was
then, we haven't had a long-running one since the early 2000s.
Well, that was the one that I was talking about, the one where it was just like weekly or something.
Are you sure that was New 52?
Well, it was around the time of 52, just like
it was before the New 52.
Yeah, before the New 52, but they had the mini-series or the weekly series called 52.
Oh, okay. I thought it was great.
It was around that time.
The John Blessed Batman before
he should have been dead!
He should have been dead! He
should have been dead!
Batman should totally be dead. There's no way around it.
Fried bat. That's what they're having for dinner.
He wasn't attacking him. It was a complete accident because of his inability to control his powers.
Yeah, Bruce and Diana come over for dinner. It's Bruce and Diana come over for dinner.
It's a cool dinner party, and it's a great issue.
Mom, what's for dinner? Bat. Fried bat.
We'll bring it up. It's a lot of fun. Next issue will probably be a little more intrigue to it.
A little more story-driven.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening to Collectors Coalition, a Magnesium Studios production. If you like what you've heard, be sure to like us on Facebook and subscribe to us on iTunes. We're also available on PodOmatic and Soundcloud. Be sure to follow us on Instagram at Collectors Coalition and on Twitter at Collect Coalition. Stupid character limits. If you want to write in, drop us a line at thecollectorscoalition@gmail.com. For exclusive footage, be sure to check out our YouTube channel. Just search Collectors Coalition. And remember, stay nerdy, my friends.